So you're looking to build a home with a beautiful view like that. Absolutely. Well, there's one way to do it, and that is to buy a piece of land like my buddy Mike did. It's a huge plot of land, about 11 acres. And I want to talk to you. I have only less than 3 minutes to tell you about land purchase. If you're interested in a view like that, unbelievable, a lot of times you got to create it yourself. And by creating it yourself, you have to buy a piece of land. You got to build your dream home. This is not about building a home, this episode. Maybe we'll get into that in some future episodes, but there's something to consider, okay? When you buy land, there's a couple different things to look out for right at the get-go. One is the land entitled already? Meaning, has it already been partially approved by the city? Is it entitled for a residential house? Meaning, by right, is it zoned for residential? And is it raw or not raw? This land is raw and needed to get approved. Now, it was approved for a residential home up to a certain amount. So we knew that, at least going in, and that's obviously important. You don't want to buy a piece of land in the middle. It's not zoned for anything except for maybe a farm or a warehouse. I mean, obviously that's going to be a problem. So we knew we can build a home here. It's what kind of home, how big the home, where the home can be placed on this unbelievably gorgeous lot in the middle of gorgeous country. And so there is a little bit of risk going in because you don't know what kind exactly where it's going to be and what the city and the community is going to let you build and all that kind of stuff. So there is some risk. But first thing, again, like I said, is it entitled to build a residential home on it? Number one, you got to know that, okay? If it's not, and you want to build a house, super risky, super long time to change zoning, I recommend taking a pass, especially if it's your first one. The second is, does it already have improvements on it? Meaning, has it been graded? Is there a flat lot already that's set on it where the house is going to be plunked down onto? A lot of times homes or property owners will kind of go partially into approval and get the lot actually flattened off or graded, and that's the flat pad that's already approved by the city where you can actually plunk a house down and it'll show you how big for swimming pools, outdoor areas and such like that. That's a step above. They've gone a little bit further. You're actually going to pay a little bit more for the lot because it has more approvals on it. But in this case, my boy decided to buy this lot because we did a lot of diligence ahead of time during the course of escrow with all the consultants and geotechnical guys, soil guys, engineering and all that stuff. We did a lot of that stuff up front, and we can do that in 30 days or less. And that was important, but we had the minimal amount of information for comfort on there. Third thing, bonus tip, okay, is timing. Be aware that wherever community you're in, it might be shorter or less, but generally it's going to take you 8 to 12 months to get approvals, and then another 12 to 14 months to build it. So you got to think to yourself, when you first see that lot come through, and I bring you a lot to buy, or your agent brings you a lot to buy, and you go forward, it's going to be 1.5 to 2 years minimum, likely and more towards the 2-year process. Also, depending on how approved or raw it is, if it has some approvals, it might shrink that down a few months. All right, that's just a real preliminary. I'm super excited for my buddy here. This is going to be an amazing house. I'm hoping he invites me over for champagne one day. I think he will. Love you, buddy. Congratulations on the house. Can't wait to see it being built. And I hope you guys learned just 2 little tips here. And reach out if you want to build your dream house. I can help you out. Thanks for tuning in today. The Real Estate Minute Show. Take care.